What's going on, survivors? Draco Invictus here with another State of Decay 2 video, and we are going to be talking about patch 3.0 and everything that they got jammed into it. Let's get to it right now. Alright guys, so let's get into some of the feature improvements. Now, before I get started, let me mention that I will put a link to the full patch notes down in the description. I am going to cover over most things, but there will be a few things that I just kind of skip over. And so yeah, make sure to check out the patch 3.0 full notes down in the bottom. Feature improvements. All players in a multiplayer game can now use the stuck radio command. Thank God. Vehicles will now be teleported by the stuck radio command. It's about time for that. The stuck radio command now won't teleport you all the way back to your base, alright? Players can now use the workshop facility to repair or salvage equipped weapons rather than having to drop them into the supply locker first. That is huge, and it is about time. And here's another big one. Salvaged weapons now return their ammo to your supply locker instead of destroying it. Okay, that we've been complaining about that for months now. So, communities will now automatically claim an appropriate starter home when traveling to a new map. Several radio commands have been enabled for clients in multiplayer games. Players can now drop equipped weapons. Players can now buy one individual item from a stack when trading with enclaves. Players can now navigate conversation options with the left stick as well as the D-pad controller input. The supply locker is now automatically sorted by item type. Thank you very much, Undead Labs. Additionally, the ranged weapons tab has the option to sort by either ammo caliber or weapon type. Oh my God, it's about time. When approaching the storage facility with a rucksack equipped, the interaction text will now display the resource type and the resource yield. That is incredible. So now you don't have to be like, am I going to have enough room for this stuff or not? You'll know. I'm going to go over. The mysterious wandering trader now appears more reliably. Thank you. Adjusted the cadence of the Independence Pack DLC trader to better balance with the wandering trader. And the mission that creates the trader who supplies skill books is now called Skills Trader to more clearly communicate its different nature. Also, this mission can now occur during the week and not just on weekends. So some of the balance changes that they made here, and some people may be a little upset with this, I'm okay with it. When you abandon an outpost, you'll be refunded only 60% of the original influence cost instead of the 100%. This increased investment in an outpost is intended to feel more like a significant choice by the player rather than an easily swapped loot drop location that drastically alters the overall experience. And proximity mines are no longer triggered by players or friendly NPCs. Thank you. Finally. Alright, some of the bug fixes that we've got going on. Players can now improve their close combat specialization skill. It's about damn time they fixed that. Players trying to descend a ladder will no longer experience confused up-down controls when the ladder animation involves a camera flip. Players can no longer consume and waste energy drinks if their character is still under the effect of a prior energy drink. Grenade launcher rounds no longer occasionally bounce off of fat zombies. Explosives now set off other nearby explosives, such as landmines. Have fun with that one. Losing a benefit that reduces the severity of trauma can no longer kill a character, due to retroactive increase of trauma. Certain rare skills learned from books will now always start at level 1 as intended. Skill books can no longer be consumed if they would not grant any benefit. Fixed an issue with fire occasionally and invisibility remaining in effect beyond the appropriate duration. Recon radio commands now reveal zombies for all players, not just the host. When calling in favors over the radio, the enclave that owes you the favor will now answer rather than someone from your own community. Facility actions can now be truly instantaneous, cost 0 seconds, improve the reliability and predictability of the stuck radio command, and improve the predictability of your starting position when loading back into a saved game. Let's move on to the UI changes. When a home site or previously cleared site becomes infested, it now properly shows an infestation icon on the map. The mini-map now zooms in correctly when indoors at an infestation or plague heart. Sell and buy prices for stacks have been adjusted to fix discrepancies with individual item pricing. The out-of-storage notification now properly triggers when you deposit a rucksack that brings that resource level from just below your base's maximum to above the maximum capacity. The base management screen's morale flyout now correctly uses the morale effect's name instead of the name of the facility providing the effect. The UI for your storage facility now indicates when withdrawing a rucksack is not possible due to insufficient resources. Fixed an issue with the player's vehicles not showing up on the map UI after moving to a new map. It's about damn time. Flyout info for sites on map screen should now properly show icons for all expected resources. When using the mouse on a map screen, the goal info flyout now shows when hovering over a goal in the list instead of requiring it to be clicked. Labor and time costs are now shown for facility mod uninstall actions. The Independence Pack supply drop container now shows a busy indicator when another player is interacting with it. For multiplayer, the host no longer sees client's vehicle help tips. Okay. Didn't know that was a thing, but sure. Multiplayer clients are no longer forcibly teleported every time the host switches characters. Yay! Multiplayer rewards are now always granted immediately upon return to your saved game, like it should have been from day one. Multiplayer location indicators are no longer shown through the background of the community screen. Adjusted position of multiplayer name indicators so that they do not overlap when multiple players are in a single vehicle. That's nice to know to make sure you didn't leave anyone behind. Fixed an issue causing jerky flashlight movements with bad network updates, and fixed an issue causing flashlights to get confused if a player stayed in aim mode for too long. For vehicles, vehicle icon now properly persists if the last passenger of a vehicle exits out of a non-driver seat. Fixed an issue with Independence Pack vehicle deliveries occasionally appearing beneath the map. Glad that never happened to me. That would have pissed me off. Clients can now see when their car is properly parked at the host's base. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It sucks that dude, I don't know if I'm parked right. Then you have to go in and the host would have to get in the driver's seat to check. That was garbage. I'm so glad they fixed that. And clients can now see the name of vehicles while surveying. For audio, they added error sound when attempting to select unavailable radio commands. Key bindings, players who have remapped struggle and melee actions to different inputs can now use either one to open locked doors. And under the miscellaneous tab, we have tweaked visuals and timing of bloater gas cloud to more closely match effects, fixed many spots where players could get stuck in the environment, and fixed many instances of the world art floating or clipping incorrectly. Now, of course, that is everything that they've given us, but there's probably more stuff that we've missed. Again, this is the highlights. And just like the last patch, there were some things that should have been in the patch notes that weren't in the patch notes. So it'll take us a couple days to find all those. And like I said, I will put a link to this article in the description below. So until next time, survivors, you take care of yourselves out there. This is Draco Invictus saying this has been the greatest day of my life. See ya!